All right, Math 1. This lesson's on 2.c, which is solving two-step equations, okay? Now, a lot of these two-step equations, same process over and over. And again, this is part of a progression that if you understand this, the next type of equations are that much easier. So let's take a look. Anytime we solve two-step equations, I'm going to say it again. Our goal to accomplish is to get the variable alone, basically. All right, and that's the key part. And the first step in doing that is to make sure, step A, we undo any addition or subtraction. And once that's done, our second step could be to basically undo any multiplication or division, okay? So the idea of this is to get the variable by itself, we get rid of anything linked by addition or subtraction, and then get rid of anything linked by multiplication or division. So when I look at example 1 here, I'm solving for y. And in order to do that, I looked, what's linked to this term by addition or subtraction? The 50 is. So when I look at it, 10y minus 50, how do I get rid of the 50? I'm going to add 50 to both sides. I'm going to bring down my 10y equals negative 20 plus 50 is 30. Now I have one step to do. And that next step is to go ahead and divide by 10. And y would equal 3. Okay, and that's the solution to the equation. So make sure you always undo addition or subtraction first. So example 2, if my goal is to get x by itself, I have to get rid of the negative 14 and the negative 2. Which one's linked by a form of addition or subtraction? The 14 is. Since it's negative, I'm going to add it. And I'm going to add it to both sides. So negative 2x equals 14 plus 14 is 28. Now, how do I get rid of negative 2? Since it's linked by multiplication, I divide. And x equals 28 divided by negative 2 is negative 14. Okay. Number 3, right away I look, 6x plus 10 equals 46, right? I'm getting x by itself, so I have to get rid of the 10 first because that's linked by addition. Since it's positive, I subtract it from both sides. 6x, those eliminate, equals 46 minus 10 is 36. Now, how do I get rid of the 6? Divide by 6, and x is equal to 6. Example 4, right? I look to get x by itself. First thing I do is that's positive 12, and that's what's linked to x by some form of addition or subtraction. Since it's positive, I'm going to subtract it. Because what should those add up to? 0, right? But what do I have to bring down? I have to bring down negative 4x equals negative 48. Now I can go ahead and divide by negative 4. And please keep track of your signs here. Negative 48 divided by negative 4 is positive 12. Example 5. I have to get rid of the negative 9 and 8. Negative 9 is linked by some form of addition, but notice that 9 is negative, so to get rid of it, I have to add it. They add up to 0, don't they? I'm going to add it. I get 8x equals 47 plus 9 is 56. And now I can go ahead and divide both sides by 8, and x is equal to 7. Example 6, right? So the first thing I look, I prefer students to take this and rewrite it. So if you rewrite this as 24 minus 12y, so I basically duplicated that, equals, now I'm going to duplicate this on the right side. Most students have an easier time solving it like this. Now, first thing to solve this, since I have to get rid of 24 by addition or subtraction, it's positive, so I'm going to subtract it. Those eliminate. What am I going to bring down? Negative 12y equals negative 84. Now, how do I get rid of the negative 12? I'm going to divide by negative 12. When I divide both sides by negative 12, I'm going to get x equals 7. Now, guys, notice when I'm solving these, I like to work left to right. So once I do an operation on the left side, I work from left to right. I either bring things down, I'm adding and subtracting, or I'm multiplying or dividing from left to right. Too many people jump all over the place. Stay organized by working left to right. For instance, in example 7, I know the first thing I have to get rid of is the 8. How do I get rid of it? I'm going to subtract 8. If I subtract 8 here, I subtract 8 here. And watch, I work left to right. I bring down to 3/4 x. I know those eliminate, equals 20 minus 8 is 12. Now, since it's a fraction, to get rid of it, the first thing I'm going to do is multiply both sides by the denominator. 4 is eliminated here. What am I going to bring down? 3x equals 12 times 4 is 48. Now I can go ahead and divide by 3, and x is equal to 16. And the last one, again, I prefer to write this as 3/5 x equals negative 6, because now I can go ahead and multiply both sides by this denominator, bring down to 3x. Negative 6 times 5 is negative 30. Then divide both sides by 3, and x is equal to negative 10. And I am done. So remember, the key to solving two-step equations is to know, number one, undo addition and subtraction first, then undo multiplication division, and then please work left to right and be organized and keep track of signs. Go ahead, try the student practice, and let us know if you have questions.